Always there might be a situation that didn't yet appear in what you've already seen, where a new rule will take place.
It is more like 1900, where it's at that moment where everyone says, oh, we're nearly there, but everyone's saying that from a completely different theory, that you get the feeling that we're at that point where somebody or a couple of people are going to say something which nobody's thought of.
Is the target of theory, but the theory as the means or the bridge to reality always conditions what the results or the representation is.
So, life, the universe and everything. Philosophers have always looked for grand theories to try and explain the mysteries of the universe, and Stephen Hawking very famously said that he thought we would have a theory of everything by the year 2000. And we're still no closer. So the question is, are theories necessarily limited? Is it actually possible to reach reality? Is reality beyond reach or not? So first of all, I want to introduce Sandu Popescu. He's a professor of physics at Bristol University, works on quantum information and quantum computing, and in recognition of his amazing work on it, he received the Adams Prize from the University of Cambridge and the Wolfson Research Merit Award from the Royal Society. He's particularly famous, and this is what I enjoyed writing about, for designing and conducting the world's first quantum teleportation experiment. Sandu, what do you think?
Oh.
So next we have our resident philosopher, Rufus Stewart. And Rufus, he studied philosophy at King's College London and the University of Cambridge and the University of Freiburg in Germany, before getting his PhD from UCL in 2005. Since then he's taught philosophy in China, published quite a lot of writings on Heidegger's philosophy and on semiotics. He's worked as an A-level examiner, and he's currently head of theology and philosophy at St Paul's School, London. Okay, and finally, we have our resident filmmaker. This is David Malone, and he's a film director who's made some fabulous documentaries on science, and these include High Anxieties and Dangerous Knowledge, and he's made films about mathematical physics, and he's also, I don't know if any of you know this, is excellent, the author of the cult economics blog Golem 14. So first of all, Sandu Popescu, who's going to give us our first little description of this. So are we necessarily limited?
The theories that we have at present, they are definitely limited. Whether or not we will ever be able to discover everything, that depends on the way in which nature is structured. So, the question is whether we can find out everything. Let me imagine that you don't know chess. So some people are playing, but you don't know the rules. And all you do, you just watch them. And as you watch them moving the pieces, you start seeing some patterns, and you make up the rules for yourself. There is this big piece, well, people call it king, but you don't know the name, but it just moves one step at a time. There are other pieces that move more. And you start making up rules like this. Now, you never know whether you really found all the rules, because always there might be a situation that didn't yet appear in what you've already seen, where a new rule will take place. But actually the number of rules of the game of chess is limited. So it might be the case that in fact you've discovered all of them, but you will never know that you discovered all of them. And you will just keep on watching, hoping that perhaps something else comes up. On the other hand, it is possible that the number of rules of nature is not limited. Namely, we will keep on discovering something new, and then something new.